Alright, this is a Shadow Priest versus Frost Mage dueling guide in patch 5.4. If you're dueling out in the open, you want to go with Presence of Mind, Ice Barrier, Ring of Frost, Cold Snap, Living Bomb, and a Canner's Ward. In this video, though, I'm going to be dueling in the Grand Arena, in an arena match, so there is line of sight and stuff like that, so you want to go with Blazing Speed over Presence of Mind because you can kite around the line of sight, and if they're running away from you, you can catch them a lot easier. Presence of Mind for the open just gives you a much cleaner opener since there's not going to be line of sight. It doesn't really matter that much to have Blazing Speed against a caster. For our talents, we're going to be picking Ice Block, Evocation, and Deep Freeze. Instead of Deep Freeze, you can go Spell Seal if you're comfortable without the glyph. It reduces its duration, but it also takes off GCD, so it's much more smooth with your gameplay, so I always run a Deep Freeze glyph. But if you're comfortable without it, you can go with Spell Steal, and it'll give you a lot more longevity. General strategy versus Shadow Priest in a duel is they have two major cooldowns, Dispersion and Trinket. So you're pretty much going to be trying to get Dispersion out of the way and then get Trinket out of the way, and once they don't have that, they're pretty much dead. So you want to survive until they're out of cooldowns, and then you kill them in a Deep Freeze. So your first Deep, you want to do something like Orb or On Use, not both, just one or the other, and try to force a Trinket or try to force a Dispersion. Once they do that, you can just line of sight, you can run, you can be a pussy, you can spam Sheep, just do anything to live and not take damage for the next 30 seconds until your Deep Freeze is up. Once your Deep Freeze is back up, you do it again with your other set of cooldowns, Orb or On Use, whichever one you didn't use, but that's why it's good to use them separately, so, you always have something for a Deep Freeze. So say you On Use the first time, you Orb Deep this time, you get their Dispersion, and then the third time you're going to be killing them with your cooldowns, because they won't have Trinket or Dispersion. It's important to not put all your eggs into one basket, so to speak. You don't want to Orb and On Use and Veins and Alter all in the first Deep, because then they're just going to Dispersion at full health, they negated all your damage, and you have no more cooldowns left for your next Deep in 30 seconds. So you either just want to Orb, just want to On Use, something like that. You don't want to do everything at once. Okay, so I'm going to do the same opener as last time, guys. Go Invis, start with the Sheep, and try to Spell Steal some of his Hots. There it is. He Trinketed Insta, so I Trinketed Insta. He actually got the Silence off, but since he was already lining, I didn't really care to thingy. So I'm going to start with Pump Sheep this time. Just because he's running so much, I just want to get him in one place so I can actually do stuff. So I'm not going to Orb. He has his heals up. He already Trinketed. So next one is Disperse. Next Deep is going to be Disperse from him. Cleaning him, just like before. Nice and clean. He wants to fear me. Yeah. You don't want to Trinket Fear, really. You want to Trinket Silence more often. So he's doing a lot better this time. Gonna Evocate, back up to full HP. My pet's dead. Can get another pet really soon though. Trinket the Silence or Deep. There's his Dispersion. So he has no Trinket, no Disperse now. My pet Nova missed, which is pretty bad. So I'm gonna just completely reset. Silence and Sheep after the Living Bomb. He lined the Sheep, which is pretty good for him. Blink the Fear, but I still got Fear. Block the Mind Blast. Kind of just hanging out. So my Deep Freeze is up, so I want to get in there and Deep Freeze as soon as I can. But I have Palm in 5 seconds. I'll probably just Palm Sheep and then go. I have one more block. He has nothing right now, but he has a Trinket up in 15 seconds. So he stole my Palm. He's actually playing really, really, really well this duel. He stole my Palm, so I start with the Sheep. Can sit the Fear, re-Sheep, and then Spell Steal. So he's going to have Trinket up for this next Deep Freeze, so I'm not going to want to On Use and, wow, he Trinketed the half Sheep, which is not, he should have saved it. So he has no Dispersion for, a little, I think. Let's Orb Deep here. pretty brutal for him. Alter time with the procs, still pretty brutal for him. Okay, so like I said, the matchup's pretty one-sided. He played really well that game and actually, like, kind of fucked me up, but I still won just because mages should be Shadow Priest. But, yeah, normally they're not even getting Ice Block or anything, but if you want to be super safe and guarantee you in the duel, you can just Ice Block, like the Mind Blast Ring of Fear, Trinket the silence him back, and this Mind Blaster is VT. Just make sure you can just completely lock him down and just secure their win. But like I said, like even if you're kind of losing, you can just sheep him, run away, eat, reset, and then just deep him on cooldown. Eventually he's going to have no Trinket, no Disperse, and he's just going to die in one of the deep freezes, so it should be pretty easy then. Like, you're going to deep them, maybe... Fuck, Brazil! Jesus, man! I'm trying to fucking do something, dude. Thanks for your donation. Alright, what was I saying? Pretty much your most important spell in this matchup is going to be Alter Time. It pretty much counters their biggest defensive cooldown, which is Karma. They can't Karma while you're altered, because then you can just go back and it negates the effect. So you want to be bursting when you have Alter up. If they Karma you before you alter, pretty much fucks up your whole alter. So like, Alter Time is your most important spell.